As I've gone around the country, I've gone around my state, there's this growing anger and rage and fear. There's chaos, there's confusion. And they read the newspapers and see that programs are helping them when an unexpected disease or cancer or crisis hits them. And they see that a bunch of folks are trying to figure out how to cut $880 billion from things like Medicaid. The stories got me a little emotional just because hearing about so many people who, not to their fault, not to their problem, were hit by a crisis, a challenge, an accident at work. Are now sitting back and are going to see what we do. People have told us that their whole delicate, fragile world works because they have a transportation program that could be on the blocks of cuts in Medicaid, or that their home health care worker, or that their medications. And even while these big issues are being discussed, we're seeing, as we've been documenting here, again, from Republicans and Democrats, how the administration is already taking steps to roll back programs, to seize funding that people have been used to access the ACA or to lower their prescription drug costs, or that are funding their research that we're competing with China through the NIH. Republicans and Democrats we've read already who have been saying, hey, wait a minute, you shouldn't cut the things that actually produce money for your country in the long term. But now here's something that I want to get into, which is education in our nation. I believe that genius is equally distributed in the United States. There's as many geniuses being born in the wealthiest parts of New Jersey and Pennsylvania as are being born in the lowest incomes. And in the global knowledge-based economy, the most valuable natural resource any nation has is the genius of its children. One genius, one Einstein, one Madame Curie, one genius could change humanity forever. And I hear these stories about China graduating more people in STEM than we have total graduates in our entire country. It's a global competition. And if we are to be this nation that Andy Kim talked about, where every generation has the right as an American to expect that the next generation will do better, not worse, so much of this revolves around what we all know, how important education is to a democracy, especially. The best ideas, the best innovations, the best artists, innovators, entrepreneurs, scientists, doctors, teachers. We need to invest in the best pipeline possible. But now, not with Congress, who established the Department of Education, but by executive fiat, undermining the separation of powers, the administration wants to dismantle, defund, destroy the Department of Education and scatter its responsibilities across agencies that themselves are going through massive personnel cuts and are not equipped to handle them. This is ultimately about whether or not we as a nation believe that every child deserves an education, and we should organize ourselves to meet that calling. Our nation's children are that precious resource. One of the most noble professions are those people that teach our children.